É um pássaro? É um avião? Não, são os 80 anos do Superman. E nesse primeiro vídeo, o Entre Milímetros será dedicado ao herói. Vamos falar com Thomas Campi, o ilustrador da obra Joe Shuster, o artista por trás do Superman. A editora Aleph realizou o lançamento oficial de sua mais nova publicação, uma obra extremamente importante para quem aprecia HQs, biografias e quer ficar por dentro dos bastidores dos quadrinhos em seus primórdios. O ano é 1933, uma época de extrema estabilidade política, econômica e social no mundo. E é nesse cenário conturbado, na pacata cidade de Glenville, que os jovens estudantes Jerry Siegel e Joe Shuster proporcionaram uma verdadeira revolução cultural ao criar o Superman, a personagem que foi capaz de redefinir o conceito de arte e entretenimento ao mudar a trajetória das tradicionais tirinhas de jornal, quando em abril de 1938, o super-herói foi publicado em uma revista em quadrinhos. 80 anos após a façanha incrível, os artistas Julian e Thomas se encarregaram do desafio de desenvolver uma obra intrigante sobre a vida dos reais precursores da indústria. E nada melhor que o próprio ilustrador da HQ para falar sobre sua carreira e a experiência de desenvolver um trabalho tão especial como esse. In what moment did the idea of doing graphic novels come out?
That's like a long time ago. When I was in art school, I saw an exhibition of original, comic pages. I was already reading comics and I was into comics, but I never thought about it. Like, I'm gonna do comics. That wasn't in my mind at the time. But after I saw the exhibition and I saw the original pages, and I actually understood, that people were spending hours, days, months to make a comic book, and they were actually drawing those pages, and it was art, pure art. That was the moment.
What were the major influences in your development as an artist?
That's a tough question. Many things, I guess. Comics, of course. My dad and my grandpa, because both of them are, my grandpa passed away, so he was an artist. My dad is an artist. They're really good at drawing, really good. So that was probably the first influence I had when I was a kid, when I was just a child. When I was in high school and I started to really enjoy drawing and like spending hours and hours drawing, then it was probably the first moment that I started to assimilate everything. So like paintings and music a lot, comics and any kind of, visual art form. Like I was just copying everything. Even like at the time I was watching VHS, movies on VHS. I was just posing the movie when I saw like some nice image, wow, some nice shot, and with the sketchbook on the couch, like, oh, this is nice. Oh, look at the composition, look at the shading, and
Com uma arte caprichada e com enorme potencial para se tornar uma animação algum dia, já fico aqui na torcida. A história explora, com riqueza de detalhes, os entraves vividos pelos criadores, que fez com que o Superman, de um trunfo, se tornasse por décadas um dos seus maiores estigmas. What is your expectation for this new book?
You mean in Brazil or like generally, like internationally? I don't know. Of course, I hope it's gonna sell a lot of copies all over the world. But mostly, I just hope that people will like the story, because it's a true story, and I think it's nice that people will understand how difficult it is to be an artist, and this story is a very important, in that kind of topic. And I hope they will understand more about comics as in a job, not just art or not just entertainment. It's something that it's also a job, and it's something that takes a lot of effort. You're gonna spend a lot of time doing it, and sometimes there's a sacrifice to do it. So I think that's my biggest hope. And then I have a few concerns, like it's an American story done by two European authors. So the writer is German, living in New York, and I'm Italian, living in Sydney, telling an American story. So I'm kind of curious on how American people will react to, to this book.
a HQ já alavancou resultados expressivos, com reconhecimento de público e crítica, que renderam a Thomas o prêmio de melhor ilustrador no Festival de Quadrinhos italiano, o Treviso, recentemente uma exposição dedicada à arte do livro em Paris.
Working on the book was a big challenge at first. First because it's the longest book I've done so far.
Yeah.
It's a true story, and it starts like in the early 30s, and it goes till the late 70s. So I had to, draw different eras, a lot of different people. It was kind of tough, but also challenging in a good way. So it was kind of fun to do. It was difficult to work with Julian because we were in 2 different continents. So that was another challenge. But I think the thing is that it was a great experience because it was the first time that I got a script, which wasn't a real script. It was more like sort of a novel.
Yeah.
So I had to work on the script as well and breaking it down in pages and panels. And so I had a lot of freedom working on this book. And that was probably the most, the biggest award, in working on a book like that.
Eu achei o material brilhante, sinceramente um dos melhores que eu li no ano, e inclui a presença de várias lendas dos quadrinhos em momentos que são impactantes na história.
As soon as they publish it, big success for the comic books, but also radio shows and then TV shows until the movies in the 70s. So like it's a big deal what they did, and they were really young. And also there's the tough aspect, because they were young, they didn't know better. And so they just went to New York and they just wanted to do comics, right? So as soon as they got an offer, they just said, yeah, let's go for it. And, full of passion, that kind of fire you have inside when you're so passionate about something, could be comics, could be music or else. And they just went for it, but it didn't go very well, like we know now. And then that was also tough to draw and to tell, because I can relate a little bit. I mean, I don't have the bad experience they had, but still it is tough.
You're an artist.
Exactly.
So.
No, exactly. Like, I mean, when you're an artist, your biggest concern is making art, not making money. But it's also a job, so you have to make money, And I think right now we are more aware of that. So for us, my generation, the youngest, I think it's easier. But at the time was kind of, I don't know, I think it was kind of difficult to actually understand that was a job. It wasn't just, we're gonna do what we like, we're gonna do what we love, so we're lucky. Now you're thinking a little bit in a different way, I guess. It's a different society, so. But also that's why I said I hope that people reading this book, they will understand how tough it is to be an artist, and what a big deal is, because you're lucky, you're doing what you love, but also it's tough because it's a job, so you have to kind of balance the things.
O link para a compra da HQ está disponível na descrição do vídeo, e sim, você adquirindo ela por aqui estará com toda certeza ajudando em futuras publicações. Valeu e até a próxima. Have something to say to Brazil?
I just hope that they would buy the book and they would like it, to be honest.
Maravilha. Thank you.